Brooklands. It's a nice sunny day in October, would you believe, which is great. And it is the Autumn Motorsport Day. We've got all sorts of things going on here. We've got some auto testing going on over there on the finishing straight, which I'm sure we're going to show a bit of later. And we've got a lot of motorsport related cars here of all different ages. So I've got my coffee and I'm going to go and chat with Julian Grimwade now, who's got the Norris Special over here. So let's go and have a chat. Can I interrupt?
Well, you always do, don't you?
Oh, yeah, that's true, that's true. Hi, Julian.
Morning, Tim. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank
Good.
you.
Lovely day.
Lovely sunny day, isn't it?
I've got a hat on
Brilliant.
today.
Yeah, I've got my hat on as well.
My wife said I mustn't get my nose brown, so...
Oh, right, okay, fair enough.
I'm here.
So, today you've bought this lovely car.
The Norris Frazer Nash, yep.
The Norris Special.
Norris Special.
So, why is it called the Norris Special?
It's called the Norris Special because a couple of brothers called the Norris brothers, believe it or not, bought the wreckage of this car in the 40s after the war. It wasn't the wreckage, it was a rolling chassis. But it had been a team car, but it lost its engine and body during the war. And they just bought a rolling chassis, and then they bought an Alvis engine, which was a new old stock, so it's a pre-war engine. And they put the two together. So it's raced since 48, 49 with this engine in, and it's always been called the Norris Special. There are actually 3 Norris Specials. The other 2 don't like me calling it the Norris Special.
Right.
Because so it's a Norris Special.
It's a, but there's more than one.
Yeah,
right.
there was an Alvis engine. Nash was the first one. This is Norris 2. And then he built another one, which was Alta Bits, the Norris brothers. And they're all still around, and we've had them all together at one time. Quite recently.
I guess this was a fairly common thing, changing bodies around and switching engines.
And the Vintage Sports Car Club is renowned for specials. You know, people get bits of old cars and build new ones. They're still doing it now. But this one's actually raced as it is since 49. We've got all the recorded events. And it's done, I think it's way over 750 events now. It's got to be one of the most competed cars, pre-war cars in the world, I think.
That is a lot, and it's done quite a few in your ownership as well.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't actually ever counted them up, but I must have done 200 events in it in 10 years, certainly, yeah.
And have you had some success?
I have, yeah. I've had a quieter year this year. I had other things happening in my life. We had a big hole in the middle of the year when we went and did the Bentley race down at Le Mans, which was fantastic, absolutely fabulous. And I had a family wedding at my house, and I had a wedding at it. So I've been doing lots of domestic brownie point scoring exercises.
Well, you have to do that, don't you? Really?
But I have done, I think, 5 hill climbs and then racing the Bentley at Le Mans. So I've kept my hand in. And the last event we did was the last VSCC hill climb of the year was at Prescott 2 weeks ago. And much to my surprise, I won it outright, and I broke my own class record.
Oh, wow. Well, that's good.
So I ended on a high. It was a really good weekend.
Brilliant. Yeah. So more trophies to put in your trophy cabinet.
Yeah.
So you've had an extension built.
No, it just gets taller. We go up, not sideways.
Put a loft extension in.
Yeah, I'm going to have to soon. No, it's getting a bit. I don't quite know what to do with them all now, but melt them down maybe.
Make another bodywork out of them. Yeah, that'd be quite good, wouldn't it? So, I mean, just run us briefly round it. So. We'll start at the front, shall we? What have we got here?
The front is a different front end to how it started. This is called the Shelsley front axle. It has these cantilevered springs here. And that was put on 36 when it was single-seated. It started life as a 2-seater with a 1500 Goff engine. That disappeared during the war and the Alvis engine was put in. So that's a standard Nash front end, but the deluxe one. They built it for Brooklands mostly, because it had better springing than the quarter elliptics which they had before.
So what would the Alvis engine come out of? Or would
the
it
Alvis
just been a stock
engine is out of a Speed 25, yeah. Right. It was, I think, well, I've been told it was a crate motor, in other words, a new motor, a new old stock that they found in the 40s from pre-war. And it would have been in an Alvis Speed 25, so it's a 3.5 litre 6-cylinder Alvis engine. And it's heavy, but it's got lots of power and masses of torque. so it works very well.
Yeah, it is a big old engine. We can
Yeah.
see that on the video there.
And then moving back, I haven't got the seat out at the moment. But
Right.
the interesting part is all under there, all the train transmission, which I'm sure people have seen. And interestingly, there's my special lightweight feather on there. I'm not quite
Well, that's
sure.
quite good.
Yeah, that's an added extra.
Something you may have acquired along the
Yeah.
way.
But it's an odd thing. It's mechanically very strange, and it shouldn't work, but it does. When I first got it, there's all the chains flying under there, and I didn't know much about chains, so I was talking to the chain manufacturers, and all bar one said, "No, that won't work. We won't even talk to you. That's not going to
Right.
work." And I said, "Well, it's been working for 80 years, so there must be."
So it must work,
Must
really.
sort of work. And then I did actually find a man in the end who had a computer, and he put all the figures in and said, "Yeah, it will work, but it should be running in an oil bath." And of course,
Right.
the trains are all flapping around in the open air.
So they're all loose. Oh, dear.
So,
Yeah, and that's inches from your
it
nether
is
regions.
inches from the nether regions. Yeah,
Centimetres, probably.
but it's been good this year. I mean, as I say, I haven't done a lot. I changed the chains at the beginning of the year like I normally do. And apart from that, I've hardly touched it. It's good. It's a very simple car to run.
It is a lovely looking car, isn't it? I mean, so what's the plans now? More competing next year?
I don't know. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. I don't know what I'm going to do. I sort of fancy a change, but I don't know quite to what yet.
You're thinking of selling?
I might do. I try not to get emotionally attached to the race cars, but this one will be a wrench, I must admit, because we've done so
It's
much.
been so good for you, yeah.
But as you know, I've got the Bentley as well. If I break the Bentley, I'm upset. If I break this, I'm just annoyed. Because the race cars do break. You know, you damage,
Well, yeah,
you
obviously
damage
they
them.
do, yeah.
And it is a tool. But it's done me really well, and I've got no complaints about it at all.
And today at Brooklands, we're going to be running it
We're
later?
going to run around the Mercedes track and have a little play there. Of course, we won't be hanging back and then going a bit faster. We've got to go around. And,
Absolutely, yes.
So
So
none of
you
that's
won't be
good.
doing
No,
that
we won't
at
be
all.
doing
No.
that at all.
No.
And then we might have a little play up Test Hill later on.
Okay. Well, that should be good. We'll hang about and watch that. You're
see
always
what-
entertaining when you go up Test Hill.
Yeah, well, till last time I managed to break a chain on it, so
Ah,
that wasn't very
so
glorious.
that wasn't so good,
No,
but no.
but I think this
Usually
year
we
will
get a
be
bit of
all right.
wheel spin there.
You should get some
most
wheel
of the way
spin.
up.
Yeah. I did Cop Hill a couple of weeks ago, and that was the first run was interesting. That was dry, but the second run was wet, unfortunately. And I've never
right.
got so wet driving back because you have to go up this hill and then drive back on public roads about 5
Yeah.
miles.
But it was pouring down.
I was
Drenched.
soaked. Yes. Fortunately, I had the truck there, so I had a change of clothes, but
Hey,
it was
there we are.
extremely wet.
Jolly good. Well, good luck for this afternoon
Well,
when
thank
you're
you very
going around
much.
there.
Yeah,
I know
there's
it's
no
not a
pressure
competitive
today.
event,
No, there's
but
no pressure today. It's
you know,
just
it's a
sitting
nice
around chatting
demonstration.
today. Yeah, it's a nice,
Yeah.
relaxed day, and the weather's
is, it's
lovely.
good, isn't it?
Good crowd, lots of people. So
fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Julian.
you're welcome.
Okay.
See you soon.